lives in London, and they were supportive, but after my family found out that Cleo was transgender, it's caused somewhat of a rift between me and some of my family members. Nasty comments like, oh, she's pretending to be a woman, and things like how I would be affected in public when Cleo and I were out and about.
You know what? One thing that I'm going to say that I do respect about Christian, and even Cleo, is that their communication is quite decent. And I like the fact that he's told his family before actually introducing Cleo to his family. Now, despite the fact that he's actually going to be going to London, the UK, come on now. You know what I'm saying? I may not live in London anymore, but anyway, let's get into it. I like the fact that he's done that, because at least he can prepare them for at least, there's something about preparing his family to meet Cleo. It's at least to know whether or not he's going to bring Cleo around his family. And also at the same time, it can help him understand whether or not it's worth him even seeing Cleo or not, based on whatever choice he's going to make in terms of who he's going to pick. Is it going to be Cleo or is it going to be his family? So that's one thing that I at least respect. Listen, let's get into it.
A lot of time into my relationship with Cleo, and I care about her a lot, and I don't want my family's opinion really changing that.
Well, I mean, I hope you're planning on keeping that type of energy.
As of now, me and my family are very close, but I fear that there may come a point where I'll have to choose between Cleo or my family.
I mean, to be honest with you, the time will come. I mean, if you go to London and you like Cleo and you decided that you're actually happy to be with someone that is trans, well, you're going to have to make a choice. But in reality, shouldn't you be in a position where you should make that choice now? I mean, listen, don't get it twisted. Look at it this way. For me personally, let's just say my family's still in my life. The way I see it is that the family that we are brought into is not as important as a family that we create. So if I'm going to meet someone and I'm going to fall in love with that person, 100% I'm leaving my family behind. Because at the end of the day, if I know that this person's going to hold me down, that person's going to be my rock. That person is going to look after my mental health. And that person's always going to be considerate. Everything. Listen, I just know this person is for me. There's no way I'm letting my family stop me from my happiness. Are you mad? The amount of people that end up in a relationship with the wrong person just because of their family. Let that sink in. And then they're not even happy anymore. Oh, the family doesn't approve of that person. Therefore, but the family approves of you though, so yeah, we'll be with you. I'll be with you. But yeah, that person makes you miserable and unhappy. This is a conversation that isn't even had. How people actually end up in a relationship with the wrong person because of family pressure. And how people can miss out on so many opportunities to be with the right person that is for them. But because mom or dad or sibling, doesn't like the person that you're with. I don't know why family think that when you meet someone, that the person that you meet has to also, they have to like them too. And I don't know why some people have this thing in their head. They're like, well, if my family doesn't like you, well, then I can't be with you. Make that make sense. You can't be normalizing that behavior. You see what I'm saying? So the fact is, though, it shouldn't even be a conversation with this guy. He should be like, listen, I'm going to go there. If I like Cleo and I'm happy being with someone who's trans, and I think, do you know what? This person's going to hold me down, Well, then right now you should be like, if it works out, I'm leaving my family behind. Not, oh, I'm going to be in a dilemma. Where is the dilemma? Remember this. The family you come from is not as important as the family that you freaking build. And then when you have kids, you tell them the same goddamn thing. The only difference is, though, if you live by that rule, when you have kids, you will allow that person to be with whoever the hell they want to be with. And if they make any flaws, let them make those flaws and let them fix them. But never ever try and dictate who they should be with. I say that, but I ain't gonna lie to you, though, man. If I had a daughter, she ain't dating no man. Who? Oh, so you? Yeah, man. She brought him around. Boy, baby, a problem. But come on, man. Let's be realistic here. But that's just my views. I'm not saying it's right, but that's my views. That's right for me. Hey, let's get into it.
Initially, one of the first things that Christian said to me is that he's really big on holding hands, kissing. However, suddenly he changed his mind.
Sadly, he's changed his mind. And to be honest, the fact that he's changed his mind already tells me what his choice is going to be when it comes to choosing between his family and his woman.
Maybe we shouldn't kiss in public or at the airport. And that was a little bit hurtful. Of course, I'm going to think he's doing it because, oh, my family freaked out about you being trans, so maybe.
Well, now I'm going to flip the script. Why are you going to put yourself in a position, Cleo, to be with someone that has now flipped the script? Someone that isn't going to even kiss you in public and hold your hand like he said he would originally.
We should really wait before kissing in public. And even though that's not exactly what he said, you know, that was kind of like the vibe.
All I know is that Cleo spoke about being broken before, doesn't want to be in that position again. I'm pretty sure Cleo said something about being heartbroken and doesn't want to be in that position again or something like that. But either way though, whether it's happened or not, you definitely don't want it to go, you definitely don't want it to happen right now, right? So for me personally, if I'm Cleo, I'm going to be like, listen, you know what? Before when we was talking, everything was good. But now you tell your family and they don't want to accept me right now and probably may never accept me. Well, with that being said, I'm going to let you do your thing with your family because now you're changing your tune. Tells me what the inevitable is going to be. Read the inevitable. I mean, some people live in this fantasy. Men, women, and trans, right? Men and women live in this fantasy, right, where we believe. Some of us believe we can what's the word? We can convince someone. We can convert someone. We can manipulate someone. We can change someone's mindset. And my point is that, like, if Cleo is one of these people that generally thinks that once Christian flies over to the UK, meets her, she blows his mind, and they ever have a good time, that's going to convince him to want to stay with her rather than obey his family's whatever, she's mad. And I'll tell you why. Because the fact that you have to convince someone that is okay to be with someone that is trans, or not even trans, but the fact that you have to convince someone that it's okay to be with, the fact that you have to convince someone it's okay to be with you in general, whoever you are, that's not a good thing. No one should be in a relationship with someone or seeking a relationship with someone that you have to convince it's a good thing to be with you. That you have to convince that I'm the better choice between you and your family. Or you have to convince that, oh, your family's like, no. If that person does not turn around and say to you, hey, guess what? My friends and family don't want me to be with you because of so-and-so, but I'm going to be with you anyway, happy days. But if that person says to you, oh, I don't know if I can be with you because my friends and family said so-and-so, so I've got to see how it goes. You're wasting your own goddamn time. Why? Because you got to see how it goes. You're waiting on this person to let you know whether or not. Come on now. And in that time, you're probably going to open your legs, open your mouth, or whatever it's going to be with you and that person, because you're thinking, oh, if I give a little bit of sex, this and that, maybe they won't want to run away from this pum or whatever. Nah, you're selling it. Nah, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Come on, man. Anyway, people like to waste their time way too much in this world. We continue.
Extremely attractive. But some of the negative things that my family has been saying is starting to get to me. Everything's sweet. Do I kiss her when I first meet her, or do I wait? You know, these feelings that I get from my family, they're really weighing down my excitement, and I don't like that.
I mean, listen, you got to make a choice. The fact that you're still going to go and get that plane and go to the UK without making that final choice,
Got everything?
Yeah, buddy.
And right now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do when I see her for the first time in public.
I mean, listen, this is kind of off topic, but it's kind of on topic. But this is what I'm going to say. As far as I'm concerned, when you go to meet someone for the first time, generally, right? We all have ideas of what we think is going to go down. Oh, when I first say I'm going to give you a big hug. When I say I'm going to pick you up and give you a big kiss. When I see I'm just going to hold your hand. Or when I see I'm going to be respect. It really depends, right? But you know what, though? Mr. Christian, the only thing that should be going through your head is, listen, this whole time you've been into her. So you need to go there with the same energy. You can't be going there with doubtful energy. But the fact is this is the thing that I find very strange. So he's paranoid or concerned or worried or whatever about his family, which is what has made him change his mind about holding hands, kissing, no shebang. But hold a minute, you're going to the UK. You're coming to my backyard, you know what I'm saying? And who's going to see you from America that's going to see you actually holding hands with her and kissing her? I mean, okay, I would understand. And I don't mean I understand as in like I agree with you, but I mean I understand that, like, if you was concerned about holding and kissing hands as she flew into the States and flew in the airport that you're from, where maybe a lot of people know who you are and they report to your family, I'd understand you being nervous about it at first because you'd be like, oh, I don't want my family to know, which again isn't a good thing. I'd get it. But you're going to the UK. who's gonna see you hold her hand or kiss her the first time you see her? Make that make sense. I mean, at the end of the day as well, you can't even flip it and say, well, they're gonna see me hold her hand and kiss her on national TV. Well, that's BS because the whole time, well, because everybody's watching you now anyways. You know what I mean? Like, so make it make sense. But you can't make sense out of no freaking sense. Somebody.
When Cleo asks me if I'm ready to date someone who's transgender and someone who's autistic, I tell her, yeah, I think I am.
To be fair, it's a good question. That is a very good freaking question.
But if I'm being 100% honest, I'm not sure how things are going to go. Cleo and I are different on many levels, and a lot of this is new to me.
Sounds to me as if my man's already backtracking, already making excuses for himself. He's preparing himself for failure. He's preparing himself already to not want to be with her. That's what he's doing. He's setting himself up. So he wants to set this thing where he's going to go in there with the intentions of it not working. So therefore, he doesn't have to pick between the two. Because he's afraid that if he does like her, the same way he has been like this whole time, then he's going to have to pick. Human beings, such simpletons. No. Human beings, so dense. Well, you guys let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, sub, and of course, peace.